I've been the manager of a Chevron station on Highway 46 for 3 years now. My name is Marcus, and I'm writing this because I need someone to know what I found on the security cameras, what's been happening here every night at 3:33 a.m. for the past 2 weeks. It started when I came in early on a Tuesday morning to do inventory. I got here around 5 a.m., and my overnight guy, Devin, looked like he'd seen a ghost. His hands were shaking when he handed me the cash drawer. I asked him if something happened during his shift, and he just shook his head and said he needed to leave. I've known Devin for 2 years. He's worked overnight the whole time, never complained, never called in sick. But that morning, he walked out and never came back. I tried calling him for 3 days. No answer. Finally, his girlfriend called me and said Devin quit and didn't want to talk about it. She said he'd been having nightmares ever since his last shift, waking up at 3:33 a.m. every single night in a cold sweat. She begged me not to call again. I had to cover the night shifts myself until I could hire someone new. The first night was Thursday. Nothing unusual happened until I checked the security footage the next morning. That's when I saw it. Every gas station has multiple cameras. Ours has 8. The system records everything on a loop, keeping footage for 30 days before it overwrites. When I reviewed Thursday night's footage, I noticed something strange at 3:33 a.m. All 8 cameras went to static for exactly 11 seconds. When they came back, everything looked normal. I thought it was just a glitch in the system, maybe a power fluctuation I didn't notice. I made a note to call the security company. But Friday night, it happened again. 3:33 a.m., all 8 cameras, 11 seconds of static. I was standing right there at the counter when it happened, and I didn't see or feel anything unusual. No power flicker, no lights dimming, nothing. But when I checked the monitors, sure enough, there was that 11-second gap in the footage. I decided to watch the live feed on Saturday night instead of reviewing it later. I pulled up all 8 camera views on the monitor and waited. At 3:32 a.m., I made sure I was paying attention. I had my phone out, timer ready. At exactly 3:33:00 a.m., the screens went to static. But here's the thing. I was standing in the store, looking around. Nothing changed. The lights stayed on, the coolers kept humming, the radio kept playing. Everything was normal, but every single camera showed nothing but static. I walked outside to look at the cameras themselves. They were still mounted properly, red recording lights still blinking. I walked back inside and checked the monitor. Still static. I looked at my phone timer. 7 seconds had passed. I kept watching the monitor. At exactly 11 seconds, all 8 feeds came back at once, crystal clear, showing me standing at the counter looking at them. I called the security company first thing Sunday morning. The technician came out Monday afternoon, ran diagnostics on everything, checked all the connections, reviewed the system logs. He said everything was functioning perfectly. There was no technical reason for the cameras to cut out like that. He suggested maybe it was electromagnetic interference from something nearby, but he couldn't find a source. He said if it kept happening, they'd replace the entire system. Monday night, I decided to do something different. I set up my phone to record video at 3:30 a.m. I pointed it at the security monitor showing all 8 camera feeds. I wanted to see if my phone would capture the static or if it would show something else. At 3:33 a.m., the cameras went to static right on schedule. I watched it happen on the monitor while my phone recorded. 11 seconds later, the feeds came back. When I reviewed my phone's video afterward, I saw exactly what I expected. The security monitor showing static for 11 seconds. But then I noticed something in the corner of my phone's video. In the background, behind me, the front door of the station was visible, and during those 11 seconds of static, something came through the door. I watched the video again, frame by frame. The door never opened, but during the static, a figure walked through the closed glass door like it wasn't there. A man, maybe in his 40s, wearing a trucker's jacket and jeans. He walked through the door, moved past the counter, went down the snack aisle and stopped in front of the coolers in the back. He stood there for about 8 seconds, just staring at the drinks. Then he walked back up the aisle, past the counter, and straight through the front door again. Never opened it, just walked through the glass. The whole thing took exactly 11 seconds. I watched that phone video 20 times. The figure was clear as day. But here's what made my blood run cold. When the security cameras came back after the static, they showed the store exactly as it was, empty, just me standing at the counter. But my phone, which was recording the whole time, showed that man walking through. The cameras couldn't see him, but my phone could. I went back through the security footage from the past 2 weeks, back to when Devin was still working. Every single night at 3:33 a.m., the same 11-second static. I checked the archives going back further. It's been happening every single night for 2 months, long before Devin quit. How did I never notice? Last night, Tuesday, I set up 3 phones at different angles, all recording at 3:30 a.m. I wanted multiple views. When 3:33 hit and the static started, I watched carefully. The same man came through the door, but this time he didn't go to the coolers. He walked straight to the counter. He stood right in front of me, less than 3 feet away, and looked directly at me. I couldn't see him with my eyes. The store looked empty, but I could feel him there. The temperature dropped. My breath came out in a fog. I stood perfectly still. He reached out his hand like he was putting something on the counter. Then he stood there waiting like he was expecting change. After a few seconds, he nodded, picked up invisible items, and walked back through the door. When I reviewed the phone footage, I saw everything. Him walking up, placing a $20 bill on the counter, waiting, taking his receipt and a pack of Marlboro Reds, and leaving. A normal transaction. Except I never saw him. The register never opened, no money appeared, no cigarettes moved. But the cameras saw 11 seconds of static. I did some research. I called the county clerk's office and asked about deaths on Highway 46 near this location. They found one from 8 years ago. Truck driver named Dale Hutchins, age 42, died in a single vehicle accident half a mile down the road at 3:33 a.m. According to the police report, his last known stop was at this Chevron station. Security footage from that night showed him buying cigarettes and a coffee at 3:20 a.m., 13 minutes before he died. The footage also showed that when he left the store, he forgot his cigarettes on the counter. The overnight clerk at the time ran outside to give them to him, but he'd already driven away. Every night at 3:33 a.m., Dale Hutchins comes back to this gas station. He walks through the door, goes to the coolers where he got his coffee, realizes he already bought it, walks to the counter, pays for his cigarettes, and leaves. The same transaction he did 8 years ago, the one where he forgot his cigarettes. The security cameras can't see him. They show static because he doesn't exist in the way cameras can record, but phones can see him. I don't know why. Maybe it's something about the technology, the way phones process light differently. I'm writing this at 3:15 a.m. on Wednesday night. In 18 minutes, he'll come through that door again. I've decided I'm going to do something. I've got a pack of Marlboro Reds ready. When he comes to the counter, I'm going to put them there, where he can take them. Maybe if he gets his cigarettes, he'll finally leave. Maybe he'll stop coming back. Or maybe I'll be here every night at 3:33 a.m. for the next 8 years, watching static on my security cameras and a ghost on my phone, wondering if Devin knew what I know now. The clock just hit 3:32 a.m. He'll be here in 60 seconds. Like if that story gave you chills. Subscribe if you want more. Let's jump into the next one. I work the night shift at a Shell gas station on Route 9. My name is Riley. I'm 24. 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. 5 nights a week. It's the only gas station for 15 miles in either direction. Middle of nowhere. just highway and woods. I'm alone the whole shift. Just me and whoever stops for gas. Most nights, maybe 10 customers total. Truckers, late-night drivers, that's it. Quiet, boring, perfect. Until 3 weeks ago, when the same car started coming every single night. First time I saw it was Tuesday, March 12th, 2:47 a.m. Black Honda Civic. Pulled up to pump 3. Guy got out, mid-30s. Normal looking, jeans, hoodie. Pumped $20 of regular, exactly $20. Paid cash inside. Said nothing, just handed me a 20, took his receipt, left. Normal transaction. Except I noticed the time, 2:47 a.m. and the pump, number 3. And the amount, exactly $20. Next night, Wednesday, 2:47 a.m. Black Honda Civic, pump 3. Same guy, same hoodie, $20 regular, exactly. Paid cash, $20 bill. Took receipt, left. I thought, same time, same pump, same amount. Weird coincidence. Thursday night, 2:47 a.m. Black Honda Civic, pump 3. Same guy, same everything. $20, cash, receipt, gone. Not a coincidence. I checked the pump screen while he was inside. It shut off at exactly $20. Not $2.03, not $19.98. $20. You can't pump exactly $20. It's almost impossible. The pump fluctuates, stops at $20.02, $19.99, something. But his, $20 every time. Friday night, I decided to pay attention. Set a timer on my phone for 2:45 a.m. 2:47 a.m., like clockwork. Black Honda Civic, pump 3. I watched him through the window. He got out, started pumping. Stood there, staring straight ahead. Not at the pump, not at his phone, just staring. The pump stopped. He didn't press anything, didn't move. It just stopped. He put the nozzle back, came inside. I was already pulling up the transaction on my screen. $20. That's $20, I said. He handed me a 20. You want a receipt? He nodded. I printed it, handed it to him. He took it, looked at me, and smiled. Small smile, just a second, then left. Something about that smile made my skin crawl. Saturday night, I checked the security cameras, found footage from Thursday, his visit, watched him pull up, get out, start pumping. The timestamp on the camera, 2:47 a.m. The pump stopped at exactly 2:47 a.m. Not 2:48, not 2:46. He started pumping at 2:47, and it stopped at 2:47. Same minute. A full pump of gas in 0 seconds. That's impossible. Sunday, I decided to time him. 2:47 a.m., he pulled up. I started my phone's stopwatch. He pumped gas. I watched through the window, counted in my head. 1, Mississippi. 2, Mississippi. 3, Mississippi. He stood there, pumping. I counted to 90. Pump stopped. He came inside. I stopped my timer. 1 minute, 31 seconds. I printed his receipt, checked the timestamp. Transaction time, 2:47 a.m. Pump start, 2:47 a.m. Pump end, 2:47 a.m. My stopwatch, 1:31. The system said 0 seconds. Monday night, I called my manager. Hey, I think there's something wrong with pump 3. What's wrong? The timestamps, they're not recording right. What do you mean? Customer pumped gas for 1.5 minutes. The system says 0 seconds. That's not possible. System's automatic. I know, but I timed it. 91 seconds. The system says 0. Did the customer complain? No? Then don't worry about it. Probably just a display glitch. It happens every night. Every night? Same customer, same time, 2:47 a.m., pump 3, exactly $20, every single night for 6 days. That's weird, but if the transaction goes through and he's paying, it's fine. But the timestamps. Riley, night shifts are boring. Your mind plays tricks. Don't overthink it. He hung up. Tuesday night, 1 week exactly. I was ready this time. Set my phone to record video. Propped it on the counter, pointing at pump 3. 2:47 a.m. Black Honda Civic. I hit record. He pumped gas, came inside, paid, left. I stopped recording. Watched the video. It was 2 minutes, 17 seconds long. The whole thing. Him pulling up, pumping, coming inside, paying, leaving. 2 minutes, 17 seconds. I checked the timestamp on my register. His transaction, 2:47 a.m. My video start time, 2:47 a.m. My video end time, 2:47 a.m. A 2-minute, 17-second video, all recorded at 2:47 a.m. The clock on my phone didn't advance. I looked at the clock on the wall, 2:48 a.m. But my video's metadata, 2:47 to 2:47. Wednesday night, 8 days straight. I decided to go outside when he came. 2:47 a.m. He pulled up. I walked out the door. "Hey," I called. He looked at me. "You come here a lot," I said. He nodded. "Same time every night?" He nodded again. "Can I ask why?" He stared at me, didn't answer. "You pump exactly $20 every time. How do you do that?" He tilted his head slightly, like he didn't understand the question. "The pump always stops at exactly $20. That's impossible. It always goes a few cents over or under." He smiled, same smile from before. "It stops when it should," he said. First time I'd heard his voice. Quiet, calm. "When it should?" I asked. "When it's time," he said. "Time for what?" He didn't answer. Finished pumping, walked past me, into the store. Paid his 20, took his receipt, walked out, got in his car, drove away. I stood there watching his taillights disappear. Looked at the clock. 2:48 a.m. Thursday night, I checked his license plate. 2:47 a.m. He pulled up. I watched through the window, memorized the plate, wrote it down. After he left, I looked it up. Plate registered to a David Chen, 35 years old. Address, 442 Pine Grove Road. That address was familiar. I Googled it. 442 Pine Grove Road. My stomach dropped. It was 3 miles down Route 9, the site of a car accident, 8 years ago. David Chen, age 27, killed instantly. Single car crash, 2:47 a.m. Hit a tree going 80 miles per hour. He was heading to this gas station. Found on scene, receipt from this Shell station. Timestamped 2:47 a.m. $20 of regular gas, pump 3, 8 years ago. He died on his way back from getting gas here. That was last Thursday. It's Tuesday now. 12 days straight. He's come every single night. 2:47 a.m., pump 3, $20, cash, receipt. Tonight, I'm going to ask him something. I need to know. When he comes in to pay, I'm going to ask, "Do you know you're dead?" Because I looked at the cameras again. Footage from last night. He pulled up, got out. But when I zoomed in on his car window, I could see through him, just slightly. The driver's seat visible behind him. He's not solid. He's not real. He died 8 years ago at 2:47 a.m. with a receipt in his pocket. And every night at 2:47 a.m. he comes back, pumps gas, pays $20, takes his receipt, and drives away, to die again, 3 miles down Route 9, where his car is still wrapped around that tree, in some version of 2:47 a.m. that never ends. It's 2:46 a.m. now. I can see headlights on Route 9, coming this way. Black Honda Civic. He's here. Pump 3. I'm going to ask him. When he hands me that 20, when he waits for his receipt, I'm going to ask, "Do you know you're not supposed to be here?" I'll let you know what he says, if I can, if I'm still here when 2:48 a.m. comes. Because I just realized something. Every night this week, I've checked the time after he leaves. It's always 2:48 a.m. But I've been here for hours before that. What time was it when I got here tonight? I don't remember. What time is it now? The clock says 2:47 a.m. It's been saying 2:47 a.m. for a while now, hasn't it? He's pulling up to pump 3.